Hey everybody, it's Lizzie Brooks here from Muscle Meets Mindful, and JoJo and I were thinking about that you might be bored. So we came up with a list of 10 things that we have done almost all of these, and the things that I haven't quite done yet, I am scheduled to do. So I think there's 2 or 3 on this list that I'm going to do. But the others I've tried out and I know they work. So these things are going to help you if you're feeling bored. And I know a lot of us are feeling bored right now. So the first thing is that you should hopefully know the feeling that you get when you get snail mail. When you get the mailbox and there's all that junk mail and everything like that, and then you finally, there's a delightful card in there or a letter to you. But in this day and age, that doesn't happen very often unless it's like our birthday or something, or a holiday. So if you can write a letter, even if it's just a quick note or a thank you note to someone, and especially if that someone is a child. So children nowadays don't really have that feeling of going to the mailbox and getting a letter. Feel free to do that. I just did that. I wrote to my niece, and it was just a really sweet thing. And then I got a video back of her looking at the card. So anyway, write a letter and grab a stamp and send it out. The other thing is, some people are like, oh, I feel like I have to clean my whole house at this time. Number 2 is just pick one small space, a cabinet or a drawer, and organize just that one small space. It just might be spices or the junk drawer or a makeup drawer or jewelry or something, just one small space. And you might find something you've been missing, that earring that's been gone for so long, and now you have a pair. Number 3 is get some old mugs, or you can order on Amazon or online somewhere these little planters. They can be cups or actually succulent planters or herb planters, and then buy either seeds or the actual herbs themselves, and just make a little indoor garden for yourself. And that's great too, because then you have, if you do herbs, you have fresh herbs. You could also do just flowers and have it be decorative, or even be succulents. Number 4, this one's really fun, and I think it ends up being more fun than you ever imagine, is ask, or you can text or call or email some friends or family members, and they can all play this with you, but you ask them what their top 10, you can say 5 or 10 favorite songs of all times are, and of all time. I can't talk today, so I hope you weren't looking for me to be able to talk, but their favorite songs. And they'll send you theirs, and you send them yours, and then you guys listen to the songs that you guys have shared with each other, and then you kind of talk about it, and it's really fun. And songs come up out of nowhere that you haven't heard for a really long time, and you might end up sharing songs that these people haven't heard before, and it just kind of gets you going down a music rabbit hole that's really, really fun. And it really makes you think, like, if you can only choose 5 or 10, like, it really makes you think. And then I have to put this one in here, movement. So you choose if it's going on a walk or a bike ride or doing some yoga. I happen to know a good YouTube channel that has yoga and weights if you want. And you just move, and don't make yourself think that it has to be for a really long time. It could be that, oh, you're feeling bored and you drop to the floor and you do 10 push-ups or sit-ups or 10 jumping jacks or something like that, but that you just put some movement in, because it is scientifically proven to be helpful. And then this one's really, really cool, making a memory jar or a memory box. So, and a lot of these you can do with kids, or not, but you, for your family of any size, or even just for yourself, memories that you've had through the year. You take a piece of paper, well, you can decorate your jar or your box or whatever holder it is, and then you take little sheets of paper, doesn't matter what those are, and you write the funny thing or the fun thing or the sweet thing that happened, and you place that in. And this is something that stays consistent, so you don't just do this one day, you do it throughout the year. I've been doing this, and so on New Year's Day, I will go through this with my family. And so it's really nice because you do wind up writing things down that you wouldn't normally remember or recall. And it could be as funny as small as just like a funny joke you guys had or an inside joke. And when you open that up, you then see the inside joke and kind of share the laugh again. And then in the same way as, kind of in that same vein as like remembering those memories, it seems like all of us now, with all of the photos we take, since we can take them on our phones and with the cloud and all of this, we get a little lost with where all our photos are, what our photos are they in the cloud? And we kind of don't go through them. And I think that I was finding that was the issue. So I used Shutterfly. I know there's tons of different Snapfish, and there's so many I'm sure I'm not even aware of, but I went through and just spent the time over a few days actually going through and selecting photos to be printed. And they do have deals and things like that. And I had a coupon, and I think I printed something like 200 photos for around $30 with the coupon. So, and then my family and I just went through them yesterday, and it was so great. And we don't usually just sit around the computer looking at the photos, so it was different to actually have the hard copy. So I highly recommend that. And then number 8, I haven't been really listing what they are, but is to do something with a deck of cards. So be it, and again, this is really good for if you have kids too, learning a card trick or building my brother used to build these big card castles out of actual deck cards. And so of course you have to be very careful placing them, and you can even do it as a family where each person places the next card, and that can be really fun too. Or even just teaching someone, whether it's an adult or a child, a card game that they didn't already know. I know I don't know how to play gin. I don't know there's so many games that I don't know that are on my list to learn. And then, so this one we did recently, we just laid outside, and we did it once on the trampoline and once on the driveway, but just laying outside and looking at the sky on a beautiful day, so make sure it's not raining, and looking at the clouds, finding those cloud shapes, and just having that moment of feeling small. Oops. Sorry, my phone went out there for a second. Having a moment for feeling small and in a way connected. So the sky is so vast, and the world is big, and the universe is big, and just taking a pause and calming down and getting out of our bubbles a little bit. And it's great for vitamin D. So I'm all about getting vitamin D, especially with what's going on right now, keeping our immune systems up. And then the last one is to take the time to put positivity out into the world. If there's a small business like a restaurant, a car wash, your tailor down the road, anything like that, a business that you go to that you've had a good experience with, write a positive Google or Yelp review or something like that for a small business. I think people don't realize how much that might help that small business, and especially with the economic climate right now, a lot of them are hurting, so it would be really nice to just put that out there and give them a little boost. So those are the 10 things I have for now. Obviously there are things like, take a bath, bake cookies, make some new kind of food dish, the stuff you've probably already thought of, but I was just trying to think of a few things that might be a little different. And I'll probably do another one of these once I try out some new boredom busters. So, and you can also get a puppy from a shelter during quarantine, because it's really hard to be bored when your puppy is destroying your house. No, she's not destroying her house. We are distracting her with plenty of toys. But yeah, take care of your animals. Give them love. and give yourself love, and thank you for showing up. I hope you have a beautiful day. Hope you have a beautiful day. I think that's it. Namaste. Yeah. You're so sleepy. You're so sleepy, sleepy. You sleepy? You sleepy? Oh, you're sweet.